Hey everyone, it is Havohai here bringing you a video on Dragon Ball Super Broly the movie, reaching an amazing milestone, crossing the $100 million box office mark. And I wanted to talk about the significance of this, along with how is it going to impact the future of Dragon Ball and the Dragon Ball universe. As fans, if you don't know why you're watching this video if you're not a Dragon Ball fan, but as fans, this is a very, very important thing. One, to understand, and two, what is the future going to look like after this amazing milestone. So with that, if you are new to my channel, of course, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Shout out to Box Office Mojo and also Wikipedia for statistics that you're going to see on screen. I'll put their description and links below in the description. So go ahead and check that out. And of course, all rights go to Toei, Bandai, all that good stuff for Dragon Ball. And so let's get to it. Let me do a quick review of the movie, because I didn't do a full review of it. Saw the movie 3 times. I thought, one, just fantastic, incredible movie. If not my favorite Dragon Ball movie, it's like 1A, 1B, 2 Battle of the Gods. Battle of the Gods has a very special spot in my heart, so very tough to outdo Battle of the Gods. It was just, it's been almost 2 decades since we saw new Dragon Ball, and when Battle of the Gods came out, I was just enamored, and it was amazing. But this movie, the best animated, the best looking Dragon Ball movie of all time. The storyline was great, simple. It was more of a Broly origin story than a Goku Vegeta movie, which was fine, which was great. That's why they called it Super Broly. And yeah, I thought it was great. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Continue to drive this number higher and higher, and that's going to be a win for all of us as Dragon Ball fans. So let's look at the numbers, and once again, shout out to Box Office Mojo for these numbers here. Dragon Ball Super Broly the movie in the United States, domestic box office Hollywood, earned the 3rd spot of all time, grossing right now, as of right now, $30 million. And it's been about 3 weeks since its release on the 16th of January. And I don't think it's going to go that much further, maybe reach $33-34 million, because from here on out, it's about, getting about $1 million per week, and it'll just decrease from there. But all in all, that's a fantastic number to be at. Number 3 all time. As you can see the numbers, you're not going to cross over the Pokemon movie or the first movie. You look at the screens that it was on, the theaters that were on, 3,000 to 2,700. Dragon Ball Super Broly the movie was only at 1,200 theaters. Compare that to like Yu-Gi-Oh! Only with 2,400 theaters, not even cracking 20 million. So that is fantastic there. So let's go ahead and compare it to the domestic to the foreign, which helped it cross the $101 million mark, or the $100 million mark, with 101 million, close to 102. And the foreign market with about 70%, and domestic with about 30% in the United States, which is a great number to have. Kind of give you a little bit more detail. Japan, they brought in about 34 million in the box office, so we're pretty close to Japan there. And then everywhere else brought in that 71 million. So that is fantastic numbers to be at, and that's a huge milestone for really any movie, but especially for anime. Animated movies, you can see in the United States, really don't do very well. You can see, where is it? My Hero Academia at number 11, only grossing about 5.7 million. Yes, it was only in 535 theaters, but not a huge number there. So compare these numbers to the last 2 movies, and in Dragon Ball Super Broly, the movie is its first super movie, because Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F and Dragon Ball Z Battle of the Gods, those are Dragon Ball Z movies. And if you compare both of them, 2.5 million for Battle of the Gods, and then 8 million for Resurrection F, you combine that's only 10 million. Yes, the theaters are really low. Battle of the Gods opened in only 63 or 62 theaters, very, very limited release. But if you look at 4.5 years later, going from a 2.5 million movie to 30 million in the United States, that's just amazing. It's good news all around for Dragon Ball in general. So where does it fall in all time? and where that 101 falls. Well, that falls right at number 12. This will be the 12th animated movie of all time that would gross worldwide above 100 million. Even One Piece film Z didn't cross 100 million. It was only 88 million. So that's a good spot to be in. Now it's highlighted green because they're both still in the theater. Detective Conan and Dragon Ball Super the movie, Broly the movie, is still in the theaters, and it will still climb, but I don't think either of them will surpass Pokemon the movie 2000 at number 10. Inflation adjusted, that movie really did very well, because that came out in 1999, long time ago. So, but hitting number 12 is a kind of resurgence. People are looking at animated movies as an opportunity for the bottom line to make money, and that's really what it's all about, right? So, and if you compare it to like the number one Your Name, it's not going to reach its heights there. Your Name was just ridiculous with $358 million grossing there, and 235 came from Japan alone. But if you look at in the United States here, Your Name only made about number 13 there, 5 million. So big difference on that. But hey, Dragon Ball should be very proud of where Broly ended up being at number 12. I don't think it will go past number 11 and beat Detective Conan. And this also shows some important pieces of where Dragon Ball actually is in Japan. So let me quickly show you Resurrection F and Battle of the Gods. 51 million, 70 million, and then now 101 plus. It'll probably end around 105, around there. But what I mean by where it's placed in Japan, we here in the United States, maybe even internationally, would think Dragon Ball is like the most popular thing in Japan because it's one of the most popular animated things in the United States and really across the world. But it really is not, because in Japan there's a lot of other options, a lot of different anime to look at and to watch. So you can see Detective Conan, the Japanese box office for that movie was 82 million versus Dragon Ball Super Broly the movie, which was only 34 in Japan. So there's a big difference there. However, internationally, Detective Conan didn't do as well as Broly the movie internationally. So huge look for Toei to say, okay, yeah, it's not as popular in Japan and it's not making huge numbers in Japan, but globally, wow, this is something to look at. And that's an important thing to understand, is we as Dragon Ball fans want more content, want more Dragon Ball, and this is a stamp of approval saying, hey, if you were to create new things and distribute it internationally and not just keep it in Japan, it will pay dividends. And I think Toei really sees that, and then Funimation's definitely going to be driving that as a distributor to say, hey, we need more Dragon Ball stuff. So that's a good thing. So it's an upward trend really for Dragon Ball in general, and these are just guesstimates here. It was estimated that Dragon Ball Super Broly the movie the production cost was 8.5 million, and if you add distribution and marketing, I would say throw in another 20 million. So let's round it up to $30 million is what the cost for Broly to make it and to distribute it. That's a $70 million profit estimated. And once again, anytime you make $70 million on anything, you're gonna say, okay, what else can we do? How can we expand this universe? Because we know that there is a lot of people wanting this content and wanting this IP. So it's all good. It's just, the future of Dragon Ball is looking very, very bright. The shining star for Dragon Ball Super in general is great. And so what is this going to affect? Well, of course, number one, it's going to affect Super in general, the manga, the anime. We already know the anime is coming out for a new season. I just don't know what the time is on there. Akira Toriyama is still involved, building the stories, things of that nature. Don't know when he's still gonna release the total reigns of Torotaro, but but it is in a solid position to make an incredible return for Super. Everyone is looking very forward to that. On top of that is also the gaming side. That's of course me with a lot of the content in gaming. Is I'm excited for the new project for Dragon Ball Project Z, the action RPG game. I can't wait for that to be released. But all this and all this money that's coming in, it's also in, you know, helping developing the IP and continuing additional content for other games, like of course Dokkan Battle, my main game there, Legends, Fighters, and Super Dragon Ball Heroes, which is going to go internationally in I believe March or April. And so yeah, look at all this additional content you have. Now, I didn't mention some of the other mobile games or other games that are out for Dragon Ball as well, but we should probably be hoping or seeing another Dragon Ball Super movie in either 2020 or 2021. We should be expecting that. Maybe they're going to basically do the same thing. They're going to do a run of the anime, stop, produce the movie, and then continue the anime and just kind of do it like a seasons like that. So anime movie, and hey, they can continue to do that as long as there's dollars rolling in. And if people come and see that movie, that's really gonna just fund the anime. That's a good thing, because like I mentioned before, there's only a limited amount of viewership in Japan, and they have a lot of different options, but there's also a limited amount of animators in Japan. And you know, there's other, you know, organizations and other companies that might be paying better for, you know, to have these animators come in. So globally fantastic. In Japan, still growing, and I think they're gonna see that if they continue to make Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball content, it is going to pay off, just like how Broly paid off with $100 million milestone. And that's really a good thing for all of us. And anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I think I'll follow this video up with kind of some ideas on spin-off. If you know, you made $70 million, you know, what else can you extrapolate from, you know, Dragon Ball Super in general, not just keeping in the main storyline, but, you know, Universe 6 stuff, Universe 11 stuff, and all that. So I'll have fun maybe make another video. If you guys want to see that, comment below, let me know there. But if you guys are new to my channel, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I appreciate your viewership and subscriptions. Anyway, I'll guys catch you next time, and later.